Hey, you've joined me on episode number 4 of the De-addiction series. Let's begin. Let's de-addict, let's release, and let's make a resolve through this practice to leave behind some excess that is making us weaker both physically and emotionally. We're beginning with a chair. You can keep a nice sticky mat on it, keeping a set of vertical bricks right in front of you. Now, a couple of things. For a lot of people, this height may not be enough, so I'm going to show you how to increase the height of the bricks if you need it. You can plant a horizontal brick under that as well, and get ready to move into the forward fold. This beautiful hip opening would mean that you start with your right leg and cross your legs onto your mat. So your right leg can be on top for now. Take a few breaths and hinge forward from the hips. Lengthen your arms, placing your palms on the brick and pressing onto it. As you keep a nice length in the side body and stretch through the little right finger, you should also remember not to strain your neck and shoulders. So keep your ears in line with your shoulders very relaxed, and increase the height of the bricks if you need it, or reduce the height of the brick if you need it. That all depends on the flexibility and stiffness of the body. Now, once you're holding, do remember that you tend to move your hip forward with you when you're moving into this fold. So keep the hip extremely grounded. So if you need to keep another padding to feel a connection with that chair, if the hip is rising, do keep a rolled sticky mat or a stack of blankets if you need it. With that sense of grounding, I like to tell you that you could challenge yourself. So you could move those bricks outside of your body a little further, and then feel a nice deeper challenge and a stretch in the side body. Holding, and if you're not comfortable, stay where you are. Focusing on 15 to 20 breath cycles. The hip is also opening and releasing at the same time. There's a sense of clarity in the mind approaching. And when you have to come out, you have to walk those bricks back with you. Gently roll up and sit back, holding and understanding what you've done with the body. Now you have to move onto your left leg by moving your left leg above your right leg. In that seated cross forward fold, you have to do all the same things, maintaining the hip to be grounded on that chair. Use the challenge, use the knowledge, use the intelligence of the height of the bricks, and use your props to understand what you need and when you need to stay in a comfortable long yin holding posture. You're going to do the same number of breaths if possible on this side as well. And once you're ready, without any fast movement, a slow walk back with the bricks, you're going to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae and release, sitting on your mat, on the chair for a few seconds, and then move on to the next posture. For the next posture, we need a wall, a great shoulder opener. Place your palms at chest height onto the wall. Now, wherever you placed your palms, place your elbows, and they should be shoulder width apart. Plant your palms, open your fingertips on that wall, as you can see. Now, once you have that placement of your arms, you have to walk back and make sure that you have strong grounded feet. Your big toe is moving in slightly and you're trying to tear the mat from the center. So a nice active set of legs where your kneecaps are drawn up, and you're pressing your upper thigh back of your right and left leg. You're pressing into your palms onto the wall. You're opening the sides of the rib and sides of your heart outwards as well, lengthening your stomach as well side to side, and enjoying a nice lift in the chest and the abdomen. So don't allow your chest and abdomen to drop. keep it nice and lifted. Keep your neck and shoulders extremely relaxed and enjoy a nice opening in the shoulders by holding good 10 to 15 breath cycles here. You could repeat this posture at least twice to enjoy the complete benefits as well. For the final variation, we need a few props. Now, do remember that this is an intermediate version of Supta Virasana. So if you feel any pain or strain in your back, then do not attempt this posture. This reclined hero pose or a reclined asana should again not be done with any knee conditions or any excessive menstruation issues. In fact, it is contraindicated to practice with these conditions. So be extremely careful. Otherwise, let's move into a beautiful restorative pose. Now, this is a setup that I have tried over and over again and done from the days that I had my pains and aches. So do adjust the height of the bolsters accordingly. I'm going to be using 2 bolsters. You could even use 2 bolsters and maybe a couple of layers of a blanket as well. Now, to understand that in this posture, we do not need any pain or strain in the back because we're going to hold for good 3 to 4 minutes. So we're going to adjust a nice set of blankets for our knees first, a rolled sticky mat for our ankles to feel nice and rested, 2 bolsters for our spine to feel lengthened. You could also keep a rolled sticky mat handy to place right on the lower back so that it can take the weight and draw away any strain and pain. So sitting in Virasana with your knees open, you can widen them as per the stiffness. Plant your ankles onto that rolled mat behind you. You lean onto your hands, then your forearms and then your elbows and lean back, placing your entire body or your spine onto that bolster. Do remember that you're trying to spread the skin of the lower back down towards the tailbone. So keep that small subtle awareness, especially for people already practicing. They could tune into this cue definitely. There are many ways to get in and out of this posture, but I prefer to show you what has worked for me. So as you're staying in it, there are a couple of things I'd like you to note. If your front ribs are jutting out sharply towards the ceiling, it's a sign that you have tight groin. So which pulls your front pelvis towards your knee, causing your belly to jut out and your lower back to get tensed. So use your hands to press your front ribs down slightly and lift your pubis towards your navel. Now this should lengthen your lower back. As you can see, the arms and hands on the floor are angled at about 45 degrees from the sides of your torso and your palms are facing up. So nice widened chest, a nice relaxed lower back, a nicely supported set of ankles. You've padded for your knees, so you're extremely safe. If you feel you need to increase the height of the bolsters, as I said, that would be if you're feeling a strain in your lower back, even with 2 bolsters. So please feel free to add a bolster once again or add any other pile of blankets. Should try and hold it for good 3 to 4 minutes, and there should be definitely no pain. Once again, if there's no discomfort and you've already been here for good 3 to 4 minutes, then I would share with you what has again worked for me. There are many variations I have read and heard from different teachers, but none of them seem to have worked for me. Now, if you can, the version that you see here is all about how slowly you can move up. So if you feel that this is a version you need to do, it cannot be done where you're moving very fast into it. That's when this can be extremely harmful. So hold on to your ankle and use your core strength to come up, but very slowly and gently. And if you feel that you're not being able to lift up, then slide your bolsters back a little and roll on to one side and rest before you come up. But in my version, when you lift up, you should be resting in a nice beautiful child's pose for good 2 or 3 minutes more. and enjoying a relaxation in the lower back with this child pose if there's any form of jerk that you may have faced. Now, for many people, they may not be able to stay in the child's pose for long. So what you could do is keep a nice padding under your head. You could keep your feet still planted on those ankles. You don't have to move around much. Stay where you are and hold the posture, but do not move out of this posture without a nice relaxation in child's pose. Now you could end this series once again if you feel that you need to rest your lower back a little more by placing your legs onto the chair, and for that you can tune in any one of my episodes on the body positivity series, which helps you understand how to do that. As you move into that deep relaxation, I like to tell you that you have nourished your body immensely. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. For regular video updates, you could subscribe to my YouTube channel and of course press the bell icon. You could also follow me on my Instagram and Facebook handles. And do remember, this is real yoga for real people.